I know Shauna knows the definition to this, so why don't you just tell everybody why we can't make those claims? Yeah, why we can't make those claims.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it claims to be treating a condition, and anything that treats a condition is considered a drug by the FDA, in which case then you have to sell it as a drug under the FDA.
Welcome to the Dirty Heifers Podcast. Soap making, small business, and so much more. Let's get dirty. Welcome back to the Dirty Heifers Podcast, the show where three soap makers talk shop, spill tea, and occasionally try to keep the handmade community out of federal trouble. I'm Margaret from Warm and Fuzzy Soapery, and today I am joined by my two favorite partners in lie-related chaos. First up, Southern Belle of Bubbles, the woman who can make a soap swirl prettier than a Mississippi sunset, Jessie from Country Lather Soapworks. And rounding out the trio, our resident doctor, voice of reason, and the only one of us who probably reads ingredient studies for fun, Shauna from Bwana Bath & Body. And speaking of Jessie, today's episode is sponsored by Country Lather Soapworks. If you love handcrafted soap that looks gorgeous and smells incredible, Jessie's got you covered. Her bars are small batch, beautifully designed, and made with the kind of care only a true artisan can give. If you haven't checked out her shop yet, go show it some love. Go show some love to the Southern Heifer herself over at countrylathersw.com. All right, ladies. Today, we're talking about something that gets people into a surprising amount of trouble in the handmade world. Soap claims. Specifically, what you can say, what you definitely cannot say, and the surprisingly creative ways that people accidentally turn their soap into an illegal drug according to the FDA. But before we dive into that, it is time for everyone's favorite segment, our Word of the Week.
Oh, yeah. All right. So the word is spelled Apocryphal. And Jessie, it is not a crying phallus. Please don't say that.
You need to get your mind out the gutter, because my mind didn't even go there, Heifer.
I didn't go there either.
You need to get your mind out of the gutter, because I totally did not think about a crying phallus.
Sorry. What is that sound?
That's my heat turning on. I'm in the basement.
Oh my gosh.
I think this
like
is going to be my last show in the basement because Emily's room is completely done. So I'm going to go back up there.
So, I read a lot and look at words broken down and such like that. So, sorry. I also read spicy books. So, there's that.
Now all I see is crying phallus. Thanks, Shauna. You put it in my head.
All right, so let's start from the beginning of the word then instead.
Apo.
Apocry. Not epoxy.
Popcorn that cries? I don't know.
A popcorn that cries. Okay. Would you like to hear it in a sentence?
Sure. Even though I know it's not going to do me a lick of good.
No, it's not. Some of us began to suspect that the discovery might be apocryphal when Shauna claimed that she uncovered a long-lost 18th century soap-making manuscript in an old medical textbook that guaranteed perfect swirls and zero soda ash.
This ain't National Treasure, Heifer.
I can guarantee you none of my medical textbooks have anything about soap making in them.
None?
No.
I would think that soap would be integral to medical profession.
Well, hygiene, yes, but making it, no.
Okay.
I'm at a loss on this one. Apocryphal.
Apocryphal.
I don't know. I'm completely at a loss.
All right.
All I can see is apostrophe. I don't know.
Well, Shauna, do you know it, or would you like me to?
I don't know the exact one. I don't
Okay.
know. At the beginning, the Apocrypha was making me think apothecary, but...
Yeah, it's a widely told story or belief that's probably not true, even though people repeat it as fact.
Oh, we see a lot of that in our field.
Exactly.
So it's a tall tale, basically.
It is a tall tale that just gets repeated over and over and over again, and then, people just think that it's fact, which is why I thought that this topic would be perfect for it. But before we get into it, do you have a redneck word of the week?
I does.
You get such a proud look on your face every single time she asks you that.
I does.
Yes, she really does.
And I'm confident y'all don't know this one either.
All right.
Probably
is it a
not.
word or is it a town?
It is a word.
All right.
All right, the word is spelled S-L-O-U-G-H.
I'm going to say slow.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking slough.
not slow.
Like when you slough off skin.
That's kind of what I was thinking, like to take something. Okay.
Is it slug?
Is it slower? Slew?
Slew. It is slew.
Slew. Okay. So, slew. Use it in a sentence, because I...
Okay, so since it is the weekend of opening day of turkey season down here, I was tracking a turkey down in Black Creek Swamp, and I had to cross the slough to get to him.
So like a creek or like a running, really, really tiny creek? No, puddle?
Is it like a swamp?
Sludge?
It's like a...
Like a muddy
I guess
area?
you could say it's like a tributary kind of thing where you have them around bodies of water like creeks and rivers and such as that. Basically, when they rise up, there's a low area. It's typically got cypress trees in it with cypress knees sticking up. They'll fill up full of water, and when it's dry, there's no water in it. But that is called a slough.
Oh.
All right. Okie
So it can in fact be muddy.
Learned you something new.
Yeah, I did learn something new today. So, to our topic, I was thinking about it, and there are so many people who you'll see on TikTok, Facebook, whatever platform you're looking at, where they'll either make some kind of claim that their soap or their whatever product they're selling can do something. And then you have a lot of other soap makers who are like, well, I can't tell you that it does, I can't tell you it cures my eczema, but this is what it can do for you. And then I was thinking, like, why can't we say that? So, and I know Shauna knows the definition to this, so why don't you just tell everybody why we can't make those claims? Yeah, why we can't make those claims.
I mean, it claims to be treating a condition, and anything that treats a condition is considered a drug by the FDA.
Correct.
In which case, then you have to sell it as a drug under the FDA.
Right. And we've got like some examples.
Testing and all that kind of such.
Might be something like if you're talking about the ingredients. So a lot of people do this and make the mistakes. I might be guilty of several of the things that we talked about today. I'm just saying it's very, very difficult to sell a product and not be able to talk about the really good things that the product does because you don't want to have the FDA on your back. So even like when you're talking about like the ingredients, so you might say something like turmeric reduces inflammation. And maybe turmeric does reduce inflammation, but if you're saying turmeric reduces inflammation and you have turmeric in your soap, then you're having people make the leap that the turmeric in the soap reduces inflammation, and therefore you're making a medical claim, and that's a no-no. The FDA
or it lightens dark spots in the skin.
Yeah.
Yes, that stuff too. And that stuff, the fact that you're talking about what the ingredients do,
and we've all done that.
Right, we've all done it. That
Right.
surprises a lot of small business owners. Like, I thought, well, hey, like you said, like charcoal draws out impurities or something like that, and you can't say that when you're selling soap. There's a lot more restrictions than I thought. Do you guys think that people making claims actually know the rules, or are they just repeating the marketing myths that they see other sellers use?
They're repeating the marketing
I think it's
myths.
both. I think some of them don't know that you can't say that, especially newer ones.
Right.
But I think some of them know you're not supposed to, and they just think, like we've said before, they just think they're so small they're going to fly under the radar and nobody's ever going to say anything. I think a lot of people do that.
I think it's a combination of being so small and then also thinking that you've skirted the rules, you know, even though you haven't, and you can still get in trouble for that. So, like, if one person says something, then 10 shops say the same thing, and then everybody all of a sudden, now that's a fact, you know?
Exactly.
And that's the thing is the internet is forever.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You can get in trouble for that
videos are out there, you know.
Yeah.
unless
But
you
it's not
take
just
it
making
down.
the claims. It's like I told you guys before, and I don't know if we ever talked about this on camera that made into an episode, but there was a whole discussion about what percentage of pine tar you use in your pine tar soap. And there were so many people saying, like, you have to use 20%. That's the only effective amount. And there's zero evidence of that.
Right.
None whatsoever. I looked, believe me. And I said that, and someone lost her flipping mind on me. But
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the
Oh,
other thing is that
no.
these get so ingrained in people that, like, when you tell them otherwise, they get very mad at you.
Yeah, there's also the whole goat milk thing. And I know you make goat milk, and I do some as well. So, but when you think about it, legally
little bit.
speaking, the goat milk itself is not the problem, right? You can absolutely say, my soap is made with goat milk. It has a creamy lather. You can say it's a traditional ingredient. You can say it's got a luxurious feel. You can say it's really bubbly. But when people start making claims about the extra benefits, that's not supported. You cannot say goat milk is more moisturizing.
Right.
Can't say that.
And that's
You
what I was
cannot-
about to say, that, like, moisturizing is one of those weird ones. Like, I can't
Yeah,
believe you can't say that.
how did I not know that? I did not know that. I might be. I don't know that if I do, but I very likely might have said that my soap is very moisturizing. You can't say that it's better for sensitive skin. You can't say that goat milk soap is more nourishing. You can't say that goat milk soap is gentler. The tricky truth is that once soap is made, most of the milk's components are chemically changed during saponification. So while the goat milk contributes sugars, which can boost the lather, and fats and proteins, it doesn't magically survive the saponification process in the way that people imply. So you can't say goat milk heals dry skin. You can't say goat milk soap is better for eczema. You can't say goat milk soap nourishes the skin with vitamins, because those all drift into marketing or drug claims.
Right. And
So-
a lot of people say it.
We just have to be, and I'm not just goat milk, but I'm thinking I'm picking on goat milk right now, but it could be any ingredient that you're choosing. You know, you
Right.
can't
Charcoal,
the charcoal, the turmeric,
oatmeal.
Tallow,
Oatmeal.
the tallow soaps, the tallow
Right.
soaps.
Now,
That
do
is
we
the
know
big thing right now.
right that they are effective as good soaps? Yes, absolutely. Do they feel great on your skin? Absolutely. But we just can't say it, right?
Right.
Is it technically illegal to say that whatever ingredient is better? Not necessarily, but is it scientifically accurate? No.
You know what really gets me, though, is they've said on the forums, and I haven't really confirmed this anywhere, but they've said on the forums that even if someone in your comment section starts talking about it and you leave that there, you become liable for it or something, and it makes it so it's like,
I
I didn't even say it.
I was gonna get to that later.
Okay,
but,
sorry.
I don't know about the comment section, but I do know that so we'll talk about it now. If somebody does a review, like Laura, one of my people say all the time that your soap cured my chemical burns, right? If I take that now and then make a video with that, now that I'm making that claim. Even if I'm just screenshotting a review, I'm making that claim because I posted it. So if somebody puts it in the comments, I don't know that you can't control what people are commenting. I suppose you can control if it stays up there.
Right. And that's the thing, like, it's a gray area for me, because they talked about this in the forums once, like, even if someone puts it in the comment section, then you're skirting
That's
problems. And I think it's because you could say, like, well, I can't say these things, but I can ask my friends to go write reviews that say these things, And so
right. Yeah, that's true.
that's
So-
one of the ways they skirt it.
The things that, we know that what actually determines how mild a soap is the superfat level, the fatty acid profile, how long you've let it cure, those things, right? So it's not simply one ingredient. It's you could easily have a very harsh goat milk soap. Just because I use goat milk doesn't mean that it's a fantastic bar of soap. It could be very non-gentle, and you could have, like, I make soap that doesn't have goat milk, that I could, it could be very mild. I'm not going to say it now. I feel like I can't say it now. Like, I'm going to get in trouble if I say it.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the claim that, goat milk soap is superior is mostly just marketing folklore, right? Are we educating our customers, or just repeating the myths because they sell?
A lot of times it's just repeating myths, and, you want your products to sell. And I'll be honest, I love goat milk soap, don't get me wrong, but I can use both of your lady soaps, and guess what?
Right.
My skin feels just as nice.
Right.
As if I used my own goat milk soap.
Right.
Just as nice as if I'd used 100% farm fresh, straight from the udder goat milk soap.
Right.
Skin feels the same.
Yeah. Agreed. So instead of saying things like goat milk soap is better for your skin, or turmeric soap is better for your skin, or this charcoal soap is doing this, you could say, goat milk adds natural sugars that help you create a rich, creamy lather. That's factual. That's safe. It is something that people want to hear. I'm sure the people who are looking for things like eczema relief, for psoriasis relief, dry skin, sensitive skin, all of those things, they don't really want to hear about the rich, creamy lather. But as a matter of fact, that's pretty much all you can say.
Right. The thing is, like, we live in such an age right now that you can research so many things on the internet so very easily. So if, whenever I make a charcoal soap, I actually put it in the name, blah, 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 charcoal soap or whatever. And I emphasize it has charcoal in it. That's what I used. People know what it does. They already know what it does. I just have to list it as a charcoal soap. And that's what I do. So, or a turmeric soap or whatever else.
Right. But, and then you're skirting the line, because if you say this is a charcoal soap, which can, anytime you get, but I'm just saying, like,
I just list it as a charcoal soap. Right. Because people know what charcoal soap does.
Have you seen or heard any, like, absolutely just ridiculous claims about,
there are so many out there.
Yoni soap. Let's talk about Yoni soap.
All right, so I'm not too familiar with Yoni soap. I know what it's for, right?
That's the
down
lady
below
bit soap.
The lady bit soap.
Lady bit soap.
What is the thing with what is it?
Oh my gosh! It'll cure yeast infections, and it'll cure fungal infections. It'll make your youngins be born with a trust fund. All the things. As a matter of fact, most OBGYNs will tell you not to use soap, body wash, Vagisil, Summer's Eve. Don't use none of that crap down yonder. Water.
Yeah,
don't put anything inside. Our pH is super duper sensitive.
Right. Don't put anything inside, and outside you
Absolutely
really don't.
Not.
Just water.
Yeah.
So
once you get between the labia, once you get inside the folds, all you really need is water and washcloth or something. Okay. Listen, I'm a doctor trying to make faces at me.
But she's
sometimes it is like that. Okay.
It wouldn't have. I don't know that I would have made the face if you didn't have the visual.
Listen, I work in the operating room. Sometimes that is how you get in there. Okay.
What is?
I could have went the rest of my life without knowing that. Oh, Jesus, fix it.
That is the booty cheeks too. Whenever you have to get in there, so
I don't know.
I ain't digging in nobody's booty cheeks. I'm sorry. Blech.
I don't either. Not since I was a nurse aide. Anyway. I am having so much fun freaking you out right now.
Seriously.
We are the Dirty Heifers. So.
What's in Yoni soap that they say is so fantastic for that area?
They make all kinds of claims.
I don't know. Let me see.
I don't remember. So many of them have different things. I know recently I kept reading something about pomegranate. Oh, it was July was sending us like this pomegranate soap. It was supposed to be deodorizing, and I'm like,
right.
Yes.
Is that the one that is the old? Because what gave me the idea for this show is we were in the group chat with July, and I think she said something about old lady smell soap or old people smell. Is that the
and it was
pomegranate
the
one?
pomegranate soap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she
Pomegranate
said that,
green tea.
that the pomegranate and green tea soap gets rid of old people smell, which, I mean, I don't know that all old people smell. I have smelled old people smell, but it's usually like in an old people house or something like that. You know, not just every old person automatically smells. But that's what made me think, hey, they're making this claim. We should probably do a show about claims and what you can say and what you can't say. So what is
I can say from a medical perspective, a lot of that is as you get older and your skin dries out more, people tend to bathe less. And that's basically what it is.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay, hang on. I'm pulling up a Yoni bar right now to look at.
But if you use real
ingredients.
soap and don't shower at 168 degrees, then probably your skin won't be quite as dry.
I have the fact that I bathe.
Don't tell me what to do.
And I make my bath as absolutely hot as possible. So sometimes it's 105 degrees before I'm hopping in there, and my skin is not flaking off. And just, I'm not leaving a trail of dead skin everywhere I go, is a testament to real soap, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Because that really, really hot water does do that.
Dry your skin out. But, real soap in general.
But I also take
So
showers.
this
But
this
did I just
one
do
in
something wrong by saying that?
particular. This one in particular says coconut oil, peppermint, yang yang, tea tree, and chamomile.
Did she say yang yang?
She did say yang yang.
Yeah.
Is it yalang yalang?
It's ling ling.
Ling ling?
Ling ling. As far as I
Ain't
know.
done.
when I
You
looked it up.
spell ling like Ling. Ling.
Okay.
Listen, you spell night with a K and you don't say the knight, right? So shush it. Anyway.
I don't know if
Yeah,
I
says
can't
the woman.
think of the last time I said knight as like in a knight in shining armor. We ain't got me.
Well, you say knife,
But
knife
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
knife.
also,
what's that
you are like the
comedian's
queen
name?
of dropped letters, okay? So shush it.
Hey, look here. Some of them are just unnecessary, and therefore I just dropped the L in yalang, and it's yang yang.
Okay, yang yang. Anyway,
Yang
putting
yang.
peppermint and tea tree on your labia sounds like a bad idea to me.
Did you ever see that? You ever read that review for the person that used the peppermint soap? It was like an Amazon review or whatever, and it was funny.
Tingle
Not funny enough
tingles.
to look for it.
So,
something like
okay,
that.
so you guys know I make mentholated shower steamers. And last year, my husband's trainer gets products from us every year for Christmas for her clients, and I put shower steamers in there, but the labels on them are so small, people just thought it were bath bombs. And so she said, all these people loved that bath bomb last year that was so tingly in the bath, and I was like,
Oh no.
where was the tingle at? Oh.
No,
But there are bath
no.
bombs out there. There are bath bombs out there with menthol in them. And I'm like, well,
But why? No.
some
no,
people
no.
like the tingle.
No, thank you.
No.
So here are some of the crazy soap claims that I have seen online, and you can add to this list if I miss anything. A soap can detox your whole body,
Yeah, I've seen
right? I've seen.
Yeah.
The skin does not detox. Your liver and kidneys detox, by the way.
Thank you.
Shauna, yes. Soap that balances your hormones. Soap that pulls toxins out of... Well, soap that, soap balances your hormones. So that really, soap is on your skin for about 30 seconds. It's not really going to balance your hormones. Soap pulls toxins out of the body. And that one is huge for charcoal marketing. I might have said something
I mean, the
like
charcoal is great for like absorbing oils off the skin.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It washes
Yeah.
things away, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
No topical soap can do this. Soap healing eczema, right? So you're not doing anything
Just
with
not
your soap
drying it
for
out
that.
as much.
Soap that kills bacteria, that's a direct drug claim.
No, it's gonna wash it away.
Right, you're gonna wash it away. Soap that treats acne. I've heard a lot of people say that one. That is a drug claim unless you FDA approve that it's antibacterial. I mean, you could go out and get your soap tested and have it. If you go out and get it tested and prove that this does what you say, then feel free, make the claims all you want.
Right.
But if
Exactly.
you haven't done that testing, you can be in a lot of
Now,
trouble. for that.
And we have to say, yeah.
I have skirted that a little bit because legit the tallow soap with the charcoal that I made in it, my son started off looking pizza headed, and a week later he was clear. So I did say
and
on my
she's
videos,
not
I'm
saying.
like,
See, what we're not saying here is that it doesn't have a benefit for acne, but you can't make that claim.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't even think that you can get on there and say that this is my son before and this is my son after. Like, I might have
Well,
to change
I
my
totally did.
website around. Yeah.
All
right. So other claims, soap that infuses your skin with vitamins, which again, drug claim.
You know what?
That's
The other
a
one,
wash-off product.
shampoo bars that will help your hair grow.
Okay, same thing. Medical, that's a drug claim. Unless you've tested it and had it tested by the FDA, that's not happening. And then another one is soap alkalizes the body. That's not happening. Your body regulates its own pH.
Oh my gosh, I am so sick
I
of
have
like
not heard
alkaline
that
water. I'm so sick of this whole like alkalize your body and you won't get sick. Your kidneys, your liver, your lungs are keeping all that. My dad would do that stuff too. He was all about this like Budgekin protocol. You alkalize your body, you won't get cancer. I'm like, Dad, it doesn't work like that, dude.
Right. So, here's the actual definition, the rule about reviews and testimonials. So what we were just talking about before. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, a claim counts as advertising if you use it to promote your product, even if you didn't write it yourself. So if a customer says something and you highlight it, repost it, or feature it on your website, regulators can treat that statement as your claim about the product. In other words, if you use the review to market your product, you are adopting the claim. So I'm guessing if somebody comments on your video, you are okay there, unless you highlight it or repost it or, comment on their comment.
Right. So I was about to say, like, you just don't even respond to it.
Yeah, don't respond.
Just ignore it.
Just
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But
So-
then people are going to think you're ignoring them. But like, you kind of have.
Well,
to.
let them. Sorry, I can't refer to your telling me how wonderful my stuff is, because the law will come down on me. So if a customer writes, "This soap completely cleared up my eczema," if that appeared on your product page or your website testimonials or a screenshot on Instagram or a marketing email or any part of your product packaging, then your product is now being marketed as treating eczema, which makes it a drug claim.
right.
So
I wonder if like you respond and say like, "That's wonderful news. I'm so glad to hear it. I cannot make any claims on my soap though." So I wonder if like that's still like you're acknowledging it and. But then you come back and say, "I can't make any such claims about my soap."
that's probably a very gray area. And
Probably best.
while it sounds like it would work, I don't want to be the test case. I don't want to be the one in court arguing with the FDA that, wait, all I said was I'm not allowed to say this. Right?
It would make a great TikTok video.
So, right? I'm showing it. I'm not allowed to say it, but here's what someone said about my soap that I can't, because then you're kind of highlighting it, right? You're drawing
No, I'm
attention
saying like
to...
just responding to the comment and saying like,
Yeah. Just,
Very happy for you, but-
Responded.
yeah, just responding to it. If
I don't
you say,
know.
like, I can't make any claims. Because people all the time ask me, is like, what soap's good for this? Is like, well, I can't make any claims about
Yeah,
it. But this
I
is a
say
great
it.
soap over here, maybe.
Here's what I would use if I were in that situation.
But then that's also a gray area to me in my brain.
Yeah, a lot of soap makers just get in trouble because they think they're safe. They think, well, I can't say it, but my customers can say it. And that is not how regulators see it. If you curate, highlight, or repeat that review, it becomes part of your marketing.
So this made me think, and this is not soap related at all, but it sounds so very similar to like if we worked with someone that we think is not good, and then they ask you for a reference later, you have to be very careful how you word that reference so they don't come back and sue you for loss of job or whatever, like they couldn't get their job. So they say there's certain ways like you word things, and then when people read that, they're like, I'm going to call this person.
Okay.
You know what? So that makes me the same thing like that. You know, you got to be very,
it's all
very
in how
careful about.
everything is tricky because we're such a litigious society.
That's the problem. We have such a litigious society.
It's litigious.
So some real world examples would be like, pinning a comment on Instagram like, your soap cured my psoriasis, or a screenshot of this healed my eczema after nothing else worked, or on your website, my acne disappeared in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 months, whatever. If any businesses say any of those things, that's interpreted as product claims.
Right.
This soap smells amazing. Or
I gotta say, stay.
Yeah, stay. I can't even do it now. My skin feels soft after I used it. You can say that. Yeah. You can say the lather is incredible. You can say it's very gentle on my skin. Those are cosmetic claims and not medical claims. So gentle is cosmetic. Okay, that's good to remember. You should avoid highlighting, even if a customer says anything about eczema relief, psoriasis relief, acne curing, antifungal effects, anti-inflammatory effects, healing
skin
dermatitis.
Lightening.
Those all move into the drug territory. Yes, and skin lightening too. So, yeah. If a review contains any of those, businesses you shouldn't publish it, or edit out the claim, or thank the customer privately. Like, hey, thanks for saying that. That's really cool. I can't put that up on my website. I'd love to, but I can't. Mm-hmm. If the original one said something like, this cured my eczema, you can edit it out to say, this soap is very gentle on my skin. It's not as exciting. It's not as, shocking. Are you going to get as many people drawn to it? Probably not. Which that's like the catch-22 of our business, right?
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking also, like, the mentholated shower steamers, I'll talk about that again. I can't tell people, like, hey, the menthol vapors will help open up your sinuses. I can't say that.
Right.
Even though it does, but I say, like, they're like, what's the point of menthol? Well, the menthol vapors will rise up and bring the fragrance with it.
Have either of you ever gotten a review that you've kind of been nervous to post?
I don't post them usually, but we have gotten reviews now. Mm-hmm. That we highlight on our website, but yeah, I have to be very, very careful what's said in them.
I wonder how that works with things like, because I have Google, right? Google reviews. I send out a thing saying, hey, please review my product, and that goes up on Google, and I don't think I can take those down. I don't think you have the ability to delete those. So if somebody goes up there and gives you a negative review, I don't think we have the ability to take those down. So if somebody goes up there and makes some kind of medical claim, I can't control that.
I think you'd be covered then, right? So, like, if someone makes a claim and you can't do anything about it on someone else's website.
I mean, you can comment on somebody else. You can reply to comments, but I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
I wouldn't think that you'd be liable for something that you can't control like that.
Yeah. Running a handmade soap business sometimes feels like it's a weird game of where customers are trying to give you compliments that could technically get you investigated. Right? Nope.
It's a fine line.
So, let's see. I think I have... Do we have anything that we can say about this? I've got some claims that soap makers think are safe, but they aren't. Okay. And anti-inflammatory, obviously. This one is everywhere. It's in turmeric. Turmeric soap with anti-inflammatory properties. Mm-hmm. Why it's risky? Inflammation is associated with medical conditions, so saying your product reduces inflammation implies a therapeutic relief. It would be safer to say turmeric soap with a warm golden color. That's terrible. Now I feel like...
No.
You just
can't. It's just listed as a turmeric soap. People know what it is.
Turmeric soap. You can't say it's antibacterial. That's a huge regulatory trigger. Tea tree soap is antibacterial. A lot of people say that in the tea tree soap. Why it's risky. Antibacterial makes the product a drug, which is regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, and that's why most major brands stop using the term unless they have approved active ingredients. You can say, this tea tree soap is refreshing.
It smells good. Along those lines, back whenever COVID...
Thanks.
When COVID hit and there was a shortage of hand sanitizer, a lot of companies started making hand sanitizer. The FDA actually had to officially waive the requirements for licensing or like
For hand
review
sanitizer?
for it. They just told you this, it has to be like 60% alcohol or something like that in order to
Yeah, because a
qualify.
lot of distilleries were making it.
Yeah. They waived that. And then whenever the pandemic was coming down and like hand sanitizer was coming back and it was still, you were able to get it again, the FDA tried to turn around and fine all these companies a bunch of money for selling this stuff. And they got in massive trouble. They had to finally come back and I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but they tried to charge all these companies fees for FDA regulation or whatever for the stuff that they were selling and got slapped for it. But people ask me frequently, so do you sell hand sanitizer? I'm like, no.
Nope.
Because that you have to go through the FDA. I would love to sell hand sanitizer. That's right up my alley, right? I use hand sanitizer like crazy. I would love to sell it. But unless I can possibly buy a base that's already done and just add my fragrance to it, then no.
I was going to say, I see on Facebook ads, like, Facebook is full of ads. And I see lots of ads for this germ attack, like you can buy wholesale. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing
I
you
might
could do
be able
that.
to do that. And I have to look into it. It's just such a gray area for me. I don't know. If anybody out there knows if you can buy, if it's legal to just buy already certified fragrance-free hand sanitizer and just add your fragrance to it, and you can legally do that, then maybe I could do that. I don't know.
I'm sure there's something.
Because Bath and Body Works sells it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure.
Yeah.
If you've got the base, which has the FDA approval to back it up, you're just adding the one thing. I'm sure
that's why I haven't done it yet. Is because I would love to just buy the base and sell it like that, but I don't know if I still have to get FDA approval or what.
Interesting. If anybody out there knows, let us know.
Someone educate me.
So what else? You can't say, again, we talked about detoxing and charcoal, like charcoal soap is loaded with that one. You can't say activated charcoal detox soap. You can say activated charcoal soap because detox implies that it's removing toxins from the skin, which becomes a health claim, which also your skin doesn't detox. Your liver and kidneys do that. You can say charcoal soap gives a deep cleanse. God, these marketing suggestions that I have are just so...
They suck.
They're terrible.
And this is why we have such a hard time marketing.
Exactly. If we could say what we want to say about our soaps, I'd be selling 1 million bars a day. Just kidding. You can't say that anything heals the skin. You can't say, even though that it sounds mild, like healing is a medical word. So you can't say calendula soap helps heal irritated skin, because healing implies repairing damaged tissue, which is a medical treatment. You can say calendula soap has a gentle, soothing feel. I feel like I should be reading that like, do you remember, did you just say sweaty balls?
No.
Oh, that was what I was thinking of. Do you remember the...
Yeah, I remember that, but I did not say that.
Saturday Night Live skit. When I'm reading...
You all are making fun of me.
I was thinking of the Saturday Night Live...
From?
I was going to say that one Saturday Night Live skit where the two really crunchy people, they talk about the shreddy balls with, I think it was Alec Baldwin, and they just talk in that really calm tone of voice, and they're throwing all those innuendos in there. That's what I felt like when I was reading
Is
that.
Is it the two that also had the muffin with...
Yes.
With
Oh my gosh.
the juicy muffin and the dry muffin and... Yeah, with
Your muffin
with Betty
is
White.
so juicy. Yes, that
Oh
one.
my gosh.
You know, most people expect a dry, crumbly muffin.
Right.
A dry, dusty muffin, that's what they said.
A dry,
most
dusty
people
muffin.
would expect from you a dry, dusty muffin.
Yes, that's what I felt like when I was just reading that calendula fact. Because I feel like that's the only way that soap makers can market their products. If we're doing everything legally, it's so boring and bland. Like you can't say any of the good, fun stuff. You can't say something's hypoallergenic. You can't say, because there's no official regulatory definition of hypoallergenic. Regulators...
Oh, there's not.
No. Regulators have challenged brands that use it without evidence. It implies medical guarantee about allergic reactions. Safer wording? Made with a simple ingredient list.
I see a lot of simple ingredients.
And And this one's everywhere. This soap is for eczema. This soap is for psoriasis. This soap is for acne. Even if you say, great for eczema-prone skin, you're still referencing a disease which can create a drug claim under the rules enforced by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Safer wording, gentle soap for sensitive skin.
I know that my husband had issues on his face, and he went to one dermatologist who tried to just prescribe to him a steroid cream, and he's like, I don't want to do a steroid cream for the rest of my life. That has side effects after a while. He went to another dermatologist, like, hey, just go use this zinc soap. And he used it, and it went away. It was amazing. So I have zinc. I've considered making a zinc soap, but then I don't want to market it because...
But you could just say, this is a zinc soap. Now, I wonder how, like, if you got, because you said you get up there and you make a video and you talk, this is my charcoal soap. Because you're just focusing, this is a charcoal soap. You're not saying this charcoal does whatever. But because there are other people that do that, but then they'll also have a video saying, these are the benefits of charcoal. And it'll be a whole, but they're not mentioning their charcoal soap, but it's a separate video and...
ingredient highlights, I worry about that. I feel like that's skirting the line, and they could very easily extrapolate that you're making claims about your soap. But I don't know. It would be great to have someone from the FDA who could tell us. If anybody's got any FDA connections, please let us know.
Yes. Anybody from the FDA listening, we would love to have you.
You know who would be...
Marie Gale. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we can convince her to come on, though.
Maybe not. So,
I know I've reached out to a bunch of people who never responded, so I'm like, it's discouraging a little bit.
A little bit. Because here in the handmade community, a lot of our marketing is basically one person says something, 10 shops copy it, and suddenly that's industry truth, right? Which ties...
It's gospel.
Right? It's apocryphal to say. Soap makers you'll spend 6 weeks, curing a bar of soap and about 6 seconds fact checking your marketing claims. No, that's not funny.
But you need your sounds.
I know. All right, so I have a few. I'm going to read a claim, and you're either going to say that it's a red flag, FDA is going to flag you, or it's good to go, right? Okay. First one, handcrafted lavender soap with a relaxing scent.
Fine.
It's fine.
Fine. Lavender soap that helps reduce anxiety and inflammation.
Red flag.
Charcoal soap for deep cleansing.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Charcoal detox soap that pulls toxins from the body.
Red flag.
Goat milk soap with rich, creamy lather.
Fine.
Goat milk soap that relieves eczema and psoriasis.
Absolutely not.
Red flag.
Tea tree soap for oily skin.
Yeah, soap will clean oily
Yep,
skin.
that's totally fine. Tea tree soap that kills acne-causing bacteria.
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. Oatmeal soap for gentle exfoliation.
That's what I said.
Fine.
That's fine. Oatmeal soap that heals irritated skin.
No.
Actually, is exfoliation okay to say? Because I think I saw something somewhere that exfoliation was a red flag too.
From what I saw today, exfoliation was okay because it's not doing anything medical. Exfoliation is just
Get dry skin off.
scrubbing. Yeah, it's just
I think I saw
sloughing
something
off your skin. Yeah.
Sloughing.
Yeah. And how about the last one? Handmade soap that detoxes your body.
No.
Not only is that an FDA claim, that's just false. Anyway.
Nope. And then I looked for
That
a
is
couple
snake oily right there.
Snake oily. Yep. I feel like that's that's the reason that we have the FDA is so that we can avoid all of the snake oil salesmen. Right.
And yet they're still out there.
Oh yeah. I have a couple of examples of real people who got in trouble for that stuff.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Soapwalla. I don't know who Soapwalla is, but they made claims, their website claimed products could alleviate eczema, prevent breakouts, and help with psoriasis, and treat acne. And those statements turned their cosmetics into unapproved drugs.
They hit all the
They
red flags.
jumped both feet first into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nature Essentials Small Molecule Company. Their skincare products claimed that they could relieve skin inflammation, improve immune function, and treat skin lesions.
Improve immune function?
And I
The
wash off
FDA
product.
ruled that those were drug claims, not cosmetic claims. Pure Source LLC. They marketed products that claimed they could treat eczema, treat psoriasis, and treat fungal infections. And the FDA warning letter required them to remove the medical language from their website.
I wonder about the essential oil companies with like their thieves oil and stuff like that. I wonder about that stuff.
I wonder about that too. Organic Infusion was another company who marketed products with claims like treating rosacea and healing dermatitis. And that's what I have.
That's
for
wild.
today.
That
Right?
is wild.
But you think about it, many of us, myself included, have fallen into,
Oh yeah, we've all stepped in
we've
it.
crossed the line. And
We've all stepped in it.
yep, we probably should go back and revisit and
Oh, I
make it
have.
more boring.
Yeah.
Claims would be so much more boring. So, do we have anything else? Should we wrap that up?
You can wrap it up.
All right then.
That's what she said.
All right, heifers, that's going to do it for today's episode. If there's one big takeaway from this conversation, it's this. You don't need miracle claims to sell great soap. A well-made bar that cleans beautifully, smells amazing, and feels good to use is already doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The handmade community is full of creativity and passion, but it's also full of a lot of stories and claims that get repeated so often that they start to sound like a fact. And as we learned today, some of those stories just might be a little apocryphal. So whether you're writing product descriptions, posting reviews, or talking about ingredients, remember, honest, straightforward marketing will always outlast hype. A big thank you again to today's sponsor, Country Lather Soapworks. If you want to check out Jessie's beautiful handcrafted soaps, be sure to visit her shop and show the Southern Heifer some love. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe, leave us a review, and share the show with a fellow maker or small business owner who might need to hear it. And if you've got a wild soap claim that you've seen online, send it to us because we might just put it on trial in a future episode. Until next time, stay dirty, heifers. On trial. So to say stay safe.
I'm going to mark that.
Yeah, you can say things like
Rim shot.
I have something here. I missed it.
Jessie didn't.
You say rim shot? Ba-dum-bum.
That's what
Is
it's
she talking
called.
The sexual rim shot?
I said rim shot, but she lost it. So who needs to get their mind out of the gutter now, Jessie? Woo!
All right,
Y'all are a horrible influence on me.
I know you're just sitting all over there thinking,
Yeah, you're so innocent.
I look cute sitting all over here, angelic little halo above your head.
Her halo's on fire. It's just a big halo of flames, is what it is.
Halo of flame.
Forget this girl is on fire. Her halo's on fire.
This halo's on fire.
It's more like I'm a problem child. Dun, dun.
That you are.